everybody, welcome to the start of a new weekly reading vlog. It is already Wednesday, so I'm starting this one a little bit late, but I'm very pleased to say that after this weekend I wasn't reading that much. I felt like I was losing my reading mojo a little bit. Now I've definitely picked it up again because I'm currently reading some amazing books. Let me start off with the one that I actually finished yesterday, so I feel like it still belongs in this weekly reading vlog, and that was The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. Last year I read the book Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, and I really enjoyed that one, so that's why I tried out another book of hers and I listened to the audiobook. This one is about a huge house and the 3 dead people that were found in this house, and also the very healthy and happy baby that was there as well. And then it goes back to this history of a family living upstairs in the house. There are 3 different perspectives throughout the book, from the past and the present, and yeah, it all sort of fits together, and I can say that I definitely very much enjoyed this book as well. I don't know what it is with Lisa Jewell, but somehow I really like her stories and her writing style. I read a lot of thrillers, or at least I like to read thrillers every once in a while. I read them regularly enough to, you know, sort of have opinions on different styles and different authors, if that makes sense. But yeah, Lisa Jewell's books so far I'm really enjoying. I feel like they're more of milder thrillers, so they're not extreme, full of tension, and they're not horrifying or yeah, they're a lot more easy, and I feel like if you want to try out thrillers, her books are perfect because they're not too extreme straight away. It's not like Karen Slaughter or anything. It's not gruesome or very graphic, but somehow I really like it. I really love the story and the characters. So I finished the audiobook of The Family Upstairs. Very happy with that. I finished that one yesterday afternoon, and that meant that I had to go on to the next audiobook, and that one is actually a reread because I'm now listening to the audiobook of Sleeping Giants. I've heard from so many people that the audiobook of Sleeping Giants is amazing, so I started it, and that's definitely very much true. I love how this format, you know, with different files, is very much suitable for an audiobook. If you don't know Sleeping Giants, this is a sci-fi novel, and it's about this project about finding a huge hand, a sort of robotic hand, and they find different sorts of body parts. So that's where it starts off. It's sci-fi, it's told in different kinds of files. It was one of my favorite books or book series last year. Very much enjoyed it. I really wanted to reread it through the audiobook because it was supposed to be so amazing. The thing is, I wasn't really planning on rereading it already, but then I saw that in my audiobook library I use this app called Storytel, which is an audiobook subscription service, but it also has this sort of library, so you cannot listen to any audiobook ever, but Sleeping Giants is going to be removed from the audiobook library this Friday, so I have today and tomorrow to finish it, but luckily it's not a very big book, and I'm already at page 111, so that's about this far in. I think that should be doable, so yeah, I definitely need to finish it by tomorrow evening at the latest, but I think I can do that. So weirdly enough, the 2nd and 3rd book in the series aren't being removed from the library, so who knows. Yeah, so that's why I'm rereading this one right now. But then for the absolute star of what I'm reading right now, because I'm reading such an amazing book and I'm loving it so much, I cannot wait to talk about it, and that is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Yeah, I read so much of it last night. I'm now at page 202, so I'm over the halfway point. This book is insane. I love it so much. It's beautiful. It's everything. Wow, I'm very much taken away by it. Where the Crawdads Sing tells the story of a girl named Kia who has survived and grown up in the marsh all alone. The marsh is sort of like a swamp, so she's very comfortable there. She knows all the plants and animals and everything. But then in the present, a man named Chase Andrews is found dead, and his murder is being linked to Kaya. And really, there's so much more to this book apart from that. It's mostly about Kaya's life and her upbringing and her growing up. Wow, it is so beautiful. It's amazingly written. I feel all the emotions whilst reading this. Wow, it's just insane. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish this today because I cannot wait to continue with it and see what's going to happen next. Last night I had been reading it for more than an hour and I was so sad. It was actually time to go to sleep because I was tired and everything, but I wanted to go on, but I was too tired at that point to really focus on it. But still, I wanted to continue because this book is well, I think it's safe to say that this one is going to be one of my new all-time favorites. It's also historical fiction, by the way. It takes place in the 1950s and the 1960s. So yeah, it is a sort of historical fiction because it is in the past. It is beautiful. It is amazing. Yeah, you're seeing like a new favorite book happening right here live on this video. I cannot love it enough already. I really hope the second half is going to be just as good, and I will keep you updated naturally. Yeah, so far very much pleased with this one. Oh, I'm already like, I don't want it to end at the same time, but also I want to know what's going to happen next. So yeah, beautiful. So that is it, what I'm currently reading for the rest of the day. It's a pretty normal Wednesday. Yesterday I went to the university library. Today I'm going to be working from home. Also the weather today, it is like the wind is blowing so hard. Also through the night, and apparently it's going to storm this afternoon. So I think it's probably safe to stay more indoors today. But apart from that, you know, nothing special. I will probably film a video and do some other things. There's one other thing I would like to show you, because people have been saying that they like it when I talk about like other favorites, and especially about makeup, because I really love doing makeup. And since I'm so happy with how like my eyeshadow turned out today, I want to talk to you about what I used. It's actually something that I just received or like a week ago, and it's the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So Natasha Denona is a very expensive high-end makeup brand. So you're probably going to Google this and think, whoa, did you really pay that much money for an eyeshadow palette? Yes, I did. I just splurged. I know I don't buy eyeshadow palettes like this every week, but I'm so happy with it because this is just the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Look at all these gold colors and the red, and also some hints of blue and copper and green, and whew, it is just so beautiful. What I use today is let me see, mostly this color, this one here, and this golden one, and then, you know, some darker ones to even it out. That's why I wanted to show you this, because I know people have said that they like it when I talk about it. Yeah, so this is a new favorite of mine, a gorgeous palette. I love just how it works and how it looks, and yeah, it was expensive, but for me it was definitely worth it. And now it's time to get back to everything that I'm supposed to do today, so I will give you another update or another update soon, hopefully. Okay, it is Thursday evening and I think it's time to give you another reading update. Today I was at the university library again, so nothing too special, but yeah, I did read some of my book, not everything. I haven't finished it yet, and I've listened to my audiobook as well. And that is still my audiobook of Sleeping Giants, and I'm happy to say that I only have 20 minutes left, so I can finish it tonight, and then I'm in time before it gets removed from my audiobook library tomorrow. So yay, I've managed that goal, and you know, it's still amazing. I still love it very much. Yeah, I really enjoyed the audiobook because it's just so fun to see all these characters sort of brought to life with these voice actors. I think they all did an amazing job. And I'm not sure, but I think I might just go ahead straight on with the second book in the series, which was Waking Gods, I think, or Only Human, one of the two. I can never keep them apart, which one is 2 or 3. But yeah, I think I might just continue with my reread of the series, and yeah, not completely sure. Maybe I will listen to another one. I will decide that tomorrow. And then, of course, also still reading Where the Crawdads Sing. And it's still gorgeous and beautiful and everything. I haven't finished it yesterday because I didn't read that much in the evening. But I now only have 100 pages left, so I'm going to finish it tonight because we're now really at the sort of yeah, conclusion part of the story, and I cannot wait to find out what's going to happen. And I really hope this book is not going to break me emotionally. I believe the autofocus is going a bit out of control, but okay. Yeah, I'm going to continue reading this tonight and find out what happened with like the murder and everything, because of course there's a murder central to this book and it's beautiful. I love it very much. So yeah, that is basically what I'm currently reading, and I don't know which book I'm going to read after this yet. Again, I have to decide, and I'm always so bad at deciding the book I want to read next, so I will probably think about that tonight as well. So much to think about when it comes to reading. And then now I'm going to get dressed in my pajamas and finish this one, and yeah, I will give you my final thoughts on it probably tomorrow. It has been a little while and I have lots and lots of reading updates. First of all, I wanted to continue with the Sleeping Giant series with audiobook, but then I saw that all the books were removed and not just the first one, Sleeping Giants. I don't know, I mean, I can understand why all the books would be removed, but I don't understand why they didn't mark the other books as being removed as well previously. But whatever, I still want to finish my reread of Sleeping Giants, or like the entire series someday, but I don't know when, because I now don't have the audiobooks again. And because of that I had to pick out another audiobook, and I went with The Party by Robin Harding. And this is also a thriller, and it's about a 16-year-old girl named Hannah, and then at her birthday party things go horribly wrong, and then it's about the aftermath of that. So far it is entertaining, but it's not really good or anything. All the characters are pretty unlikable. I'm not really rooting for anyone at this point because all the characters are pretty much horrible, but yeah, it's bad, but it's an amusing bad, if that makes sense. So I don't really hate my time listening to it, but I also don't think it's great or anything. But of course I still have to finish it, so maybe the end will be surprising or whatever. So far it's just a nice, entertainable audiobook, and that's perfectly fine with me. Mostly because all my other reads this week, or basically this entire month so far, have been so amazing. Which brings me to Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I finished it Thursday night and it was everything I wanted it to be. It was so beautiful. I thought about it basically the entire night, or not the entire night, but a long time after I wanted to go to sleep. I just thought about it and the story and the characters. It is absolutely beautiful. I loved it. It was 5 stars, definitely. Yeah, it's one of my new favorites. It's historical fiction and everything, and it's just, I love these kinds of stories. I just love them so much. I cannot say anything else about it. It's just definitely a book that is completely what I love to read. So very happy with this one. Another new favorite. But then I picked up my next read, and that one is also already so amazing. And that is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is a magical realism book. It's about a girl named Vasya and her family, and it does take place in Russia, and I don't know which time period. I think it's sort of like a bit historical, but it's also Russia, but a bit more magical, you know? There are some magical elements and things. It's a tiny bit more, it's rooted, I guess, in things that could happen, but then made even more magical and beautiful. And that's also what I love about it. This book is already so magical and beautiful. You know, I read it last night. I'm already at page 113 because I could not put it down. I was just enchanted basically by the words and the characters and the story. It is so amazing, and I have to order the second and third book straight away because I'm again in love with this book. It's so beautiful, and I love how it sort of unfolds and all the characters, and oh, I feel like I've only just started, even though I'm already quite a big part in, but because it takes its time to unfold and really take you into the story. Really the entire story, because of course it's also the first book in a series, still has to start. Or not start, but there's so much more to happen. And I'm so happy that all 3 books are out now and that I've waited until all 3 books are out. Because otherwise it would have been horrible to wait. I don't know if I could have stand it. But this one as well is already so good. And I don't know why all the books that I'm reading at the moment are so amazing, but I'm very happy with it. I love all these 5-star reads. Or of course I don't know if this is going to be a 5-star read, but I have a pretty good feeling that it will be. And yeah, I will be reading more of this in the afternoon or like tonight or something today. I have been reorganizing my bookshelves a little bit, but I haven't filmed it. I'm sorry. Mostly because I also needed to clean and, you know, pick up the dust basically everywhere. And yeah, I wasn't sure how to organize them, but I found a way to make some more space. So maybe I will give you a litter overview later. I'm not sure. It's just, yeah, sort of like a typical Saturday, I guess. And now I have to get back to it, and yeah, I really want to read some more tonight, and I cannot wait to get back into the beautiful story. It is the next day, and the deep cleaning of my room is now completely done. And let me tell you, like, deep cleaning your room is a proper exercise, at least for me, because by the end I was sweating and out of breath. Yeah, I really went for it. Like, I really cleaned well, so I'm really enjoying my squeaky clean room right now. I love it when everything is organized and clean, and yeah, it's just very pleasant to look at. And also I finished my entire bookshelf reorganization. Again, sorry that I didn't film it, but it took me such a long time, and I was like doing it on and off, so it wouldn't be very practical to film it because I wasn't doing it all at once, and it was just a lot of work basically. And yeah, I just chose not to film it this time, but I will give you like an oversight of how it looks right now. And I'm very pretty with how it turned out, and I'm also very happy that I managed to make some more space for new books, because that was definitely a problem for the past couple of months. But now I have more space, and I can add more books if I want to. Of course, I shouldn't buy too many books. Well, I don't know, I don't really care actually all that much. If I want a book, I will just buy it. For reading, I finished The Party by Robin Harding, and yeah, it wasn't really that great. So especially the second half just wasn't all that enjoyable anymore, even though the first half was kind of entertaining, but now it really fell flat, especially because the only exciting or interesting thing that happens at the very beginning of the book, and after that I felt like it wasn't really a book at all, just a series of events that I felt were very boring. And also all the characters are so weird and so not likable. Like, you really didn't know what their game was or like their goal or whatever. They felt so incoherent. I'm sorry. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. And I don't know which audiobook I'm going to listen to next. Because of course, as I mentioned before, they've deleted a lot of books from my audiobook library. And I really wish I could continue with the Sleeping Giants audiobooks, because they were, like, the first one was so good and I can't. Or I would have to buy it, and that is also very expensive. So yeah, don't know how I'm going to do that. And I don't have a book in my library right now that I'm very interested in, so I might have to do a little digging for my next audiobook read. But I always want to listen to an audiobook, so yeah, I need to find another one. So that's going to be my mission for tonight. And also I'm still reading The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I'm now around page 170, so I didn't read that much of it last night, but still, you know, I made some progress. It's so funny because this is a book, like, I was always a bit intimidated by it because everybody says that it's very slow and you know, very atmospherical, and I do love those kinds of books, but I was afraid that it might maybe not completely work with my reading mood, if that makes sense. With slow books you really have to be in the exact right reading mood, I think. But this one, even though I guess it is slow, but not that slow somehow, because when I think, oh, I'm just going to read a couple of pages, somehow I manage to read 50 pages in no time at all, because I get so caught up into the story. I think that's the main thing what I love about it, is that it's just so addictive. This book is so addictive, and I've heard that the second and third book are even better. And I've only, you know, I am not even halfway through the first one, so very, very excited about this one. I'm still loving it so much. It is very, very beautiful. The writing, the story, the characters, I cannot say it enough. Like, this entire reading vlog is just me gushing about these amazing books, but I'm having like one of the best reading weeks of my life, at least with like the books that I've chosen. Wow, just I need to get the second and third book very, very soon, because they are so good, or at least the first one is. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it right now for what I have to tell you about reading. And since it's also the end of the week again, I think this is also a good moment to end this reading vlog. And yeah, again, I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, maybe go subscribe or give it a thumbs up, because as always, I would really appreciate that. And then hopefully I will see you again very, very soon in my next video. Bye!